Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 6th Government Girls High School Kalamabad. टाटियो बच्चों ऐसे इस पर lesson sorting materials into groups चूँकि अथ lessonस मज यम main terms अस हेचिन छ तम छ पेट कन टेक्स्ट बुक पे लिखित अख लिखित lustre translucent opaque soluble compress objects around us. Dear students, we know that there are large number of objects that we see around us. In the picture you see different types of objects which we use in our day-to-day life. You see here is a glass, you see here is a mobile phone, you see is a doll, this one is a lock, table, pen. So different things we see around us. So we see our food and clothes. We saw that our food and clothes have so much variety in them. Not just food and clothes, there is such a vast variety of objects everywhere. We see around us a chair, a bull cart, a cycle, cooking utensils, books, clothes, toys, stones, and many other objects. All these objects have different shapes, colors, and uses. So, dear student, in the objects in the figure we saw different objects that are around us, different types of foods, different types of utensils, different types of books, different types of clothes, toys, and in these objects they can be sorted into groups. In some of these objects, some are some objects are solids, some objects are liquids, some objects are gases. Different objects have different shapes, different colors, and different uses. Look around and identify objects that are round in shape. So some objects are round in shape, like we have a rubber ball, a football, and a glass marble. These are the objects which have a round shape. If we include objects that are nearly round, our list could be include objects like apples. Apples are also like round, oranges, and an earthen picture, that is matka. Suppose we all looking for objects that are edible, we might include all other items that are listed in table 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 in the chapter 1. We might have find that some of these round shaped objects we just listed out are also in this group. So let us say we will wish to make a group of objects that are made up of plastic, buckets, lunch boxes, toys, water, containers, pipes, and many other objects. We find a place in this group. So some of these objects are made up of plastics. We see in the picture some objects are made up of plastic, like we have the plastic bucket, we have the lunch boxes made up of plastic, toys are made up of plastic, water containers are made up of plastic, pipes and other objects are included in the plastic groups. So on the basis of their shape we can categorize the different objects. On the basis of materials of which they are made we can categorize the objects, and also on the basis of color we can categorize the different objects. Some objects have white colors, some objects have yellow colors, some objects have green colors, and different objects have different uses. So on the basis of the shapes of the objects, on the basis of the colors of the objects, on the basis of the use of the objects, we can sort these materials into different types of groups. So, dear students, the different types of objects that we will study in this unit is based on their shape, their color, and their use. For example, if we take any solid object, suppose we have an earthen matka, it is round in shape. Earthen matka is round in shape. So, if we take another material made up of the same soil, made up of the same material, and that has a different shape, so we can use different cooking utensils. Different cooking utensils have different shapes. So dear students, in this unit we will try to learn the different objects. We will try to sort out the materials. We will try to sort out the different materials into different groups. So what are these types of groups? In this unit we must mostly have to learn the objects which are translucent, the objects which are opaque, the objects which are soluble in water or which are soluble in other substances, and the objects which compress, and the objects which have a shining appearance, which have a shining luster. So dear students, for this we have to go through first activity 1. This activity we will do in the next class. So dear students, let me explain it once again. Let me read it once again. Objects around us. We saw that our food and clothes that have so much variety in them, not just food and clothes, there is such a vast variety of objects everywhere. We see around us a chair, a bullock cart, a cycle, utensils, books, clothes, toys, water, stones, and many other objects. All these objects have different shapes, colors, and uses. Look around and identify objects that are around in shape. Our list may include a rubber ball, a football, and a glass marble. If we include objects that are nearby round, our list could also include objects like apples, oranges, and an earthen picture. Suppose we were looking for objects that are edible, we might include all the items that we listed in table 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 in the chapter. First, we might also find that some of these round-shaped objects we just listed out are also in this group.